Yeah, and here's our start list for our World Championships 2021 Women's Street Skateboarding Final. Leticia Bufoni from Brazil, Momiji Nishiya from Japan, Pamela Rosa, we saw her earlier there in that section, from Brazil, followed up by Mariah Duran from the USA, the only US skater in there, sandwiched between Japan and Brazil. Funa Nakayama, Aori Nishimura, and our highest ranked skater, Rayssa Leal from Brazil. So out of the USA, Mariah Duran. I'm interested to see how she's going to approach this final, Alex.
Yeah. Seeing her during the semis kind of halfway pick up her confidence, like halfway through her run.
It's the backside 50-50. Front truck just missing on that, but making up for it with that beautiful frontside feeble grind.
She's got those on lock.
That's a proper combination right there.
Big kickflip coming down to 25 seconds, taking the frontside 180 up into the big section. What are we going to see? She's looking pretty calm. Big frontside lip slide.
Oh, she swirled out on that.
I think shoulders turned a little bit too far around there and causing a bit of a revert.
You know, she's calculating right now the amount of time she has left. She's a really smart competitor.
Going for a kickflip 50, just a kickflip right along.
So if you don't lock into the trick, they just kind of count it as a kickflip on and off. So it's going to get you less points rather than if she had locked into the 50-50, which is what she was trying to do.
Here's those replays, frontside feeble. Good filming there. The big kickflip, cruising bank to bank.
You know, watch the difference in her style versus Pamela. Mariah's a little bit more relaxed too, a little bit more like Momiji.
Yeah, it's almost like hip-hop versus rock on those styles.
That's a
you know
good
what
comparison.
I mean?
Yeah.
One's charging and one's chilling. So I think she's going to be glad to get that one out of the way. It's a shame she didn't make the frontside lip slide, but that could just be first run nerves.
1.44 for Mariah Duran. Okay.
1.44 coming in there for Mariah. Back round to run number 2 for Mariah Duran out of the USA. Cruising in backside with the 50-50. Getting that front truck on this time, Alex.
Yeah. Off to a better start. You know, we want confident Mariah is a dangerous Mariah. Hard flip.
Okay.
Stepping it up.
Yeah, good to see that she's gone, you know what? I've just watched those other runs go down and I'm going to need to hire my own level slightly to get above those others.
Slip slide. Landing it.
Don't think that'll hurt her too much.
No, contest make. Just giving the ground a high five or a low five.
Oh,
perfect.
Yes.
At the buzzer.
Do you know what? I think we might see a new high score.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see in the highlights reel, but this was a perfectly executed run, except for maybe that one hand touch, but for a contest, hard flip is such a dangerous trick to try. So much could go wrong.
It's called a hard flip for a reason.
Right.
You know, it's hard. And here's that kick flip backside 50-50.
Locking it in.
It.
Yeah.
Not an on and off either. Just taking it all the way to the end of the ledge. Coming out styling.
You know, she flipped her board twice in that run.
Yeah, and I think that is going to be what affects this score. Oh, 3.67. Okay. So I think the hand touch.
Yeah, maybe that did affect
on the lip
her
slide really did bring that score down slightly. Out of the USA, back to Mariah.
Here we go.
So Mariah's going to go for this kickflip 50 again.
Such a high-risk trick, but she's got it in her trick bag. Yeah.
So kickflipping into the 50-50, going down that hubba. This is a technical move.
Caught that really, really well. It landed exactly where she wanted to be on the ledge. Look at this. Landing on the board exactly at the right time in the 50-50. Good style on that. I think the judges will be rewarding the execution as well. 2.98. Mariah Duran next up. Currently 6th. There we go.
Feeble, Mariah. Just kicking. Wow. Big smile from Mariah right here. This perfectly locked in front side feeble grind.
Really pointing that to keep in control. There we go. Front foot holding on.
Didn't touch the ground either.
No.
Thought
Somehow.
about it. Yes. Hover. Hover hand.
Real close, but you know what? Smashing it out there today. Frontside feeble down the biggest rail in the whole place. 3.55, okay.
Great score.
And breaking those double figures, 11.64. Still some work to do though. So we got Funa Nakayama.
Funa, another young competitor at 15 years old, wearing a helmet, of course.
Out of Toyama City. Straight in with the frontside crooked grind, board slide down the rail. Funa has gone from strength to strength just over this competition, I find.
Yeah, she was in the first heat of semis. There's that Smith grind, and that's a hard place to qualify from because you're one of the lowest ranked skaters coming out of the qualification round into semis.
And you know you've got to put in a good performance to be able to stay hold of those points all the way through the next two heats going in.
Yeah, she basically skated first and then had to wait the whole rest of the day to see if she qualified for the final. She made it.
And she's matched her shoes to her grip tape as well, so, you know.
That enhances your ability.
Whoa! That's going to count.
I don't know if she meant to do front crooks fakie, but we'll take it.
I mean, she did the front crook, as you see here in the replay, as her first trick. And I think taking the front crook to fakie, not many people actually do that one.
Yeah.
So maybe she planned it. If not, you know, she's getting scored for it.
And watch her facial expression on that last trick and see if she planned it or not.
Yeah. Big frontside board slide. Really good style on that one. Here we go. Locking in that front crook, pinching it with the toe.
Yeah, looked intentional from her shoulders. Yeah.
Turned her shoulders around. Great run there.
Nakayama.
So Funa waiting for that score to pop in.
That's all right. Don't be ashamed. We're here for a good time, no?
She's going to make it up into those threes because it looks like that's where everybody needs to be starting to start juggling those points around.
You know, she hit all the points in her run. She got diversity of tricks. Yep.
3.46. Yeah. Best score so far.
Yeah, stayed on her board. Best score.
In Japan.
So back round to Funa Nakayama. Currently fifth with 3.46 on the board so far. Oh, unfortunate on that front side crook. That's a special move, that one.
Funa has a lot of strength in the best trick section, too. So the fact that she got a good run under her belt already is a dangerous place for all the other competitors.
Front side Smith grind. There's that front side board slide. See the heel flip.
You know, it really helps the judges see your tricks when your grip tape is a highlighter color as well as your shoes.
If you're flipping it, you definitely know it's ready to catch. So missing that one. We're going for the front side crooked shove.
So you did hear the buzzer buzz before she went into that trick. That fall won't negatively affect her score, but I'm safe to say this isn't going to be as high scoring as her first run.
No, I think she's going to be disappointed, but she's going to have to pick it up in that 5 best tricks section. There's that front side board slide.
I mean, 10 years ago, that was the best trick in a women's comp, honestly.
Yeah, now it's just been chucked in real easy in a run, yeah. So 1.29, yeah, way lower than she wants to be, but it can be improved on at this point. Back round to Funa. Coming in backside to the big rail. Crooked grind. There you go.
Now, crooked grind, you have to be careful about the scoring on this trick. This is a really gnarly trick, but a lot of the girls can do it. And what we've seen in some of the semifinals is if the judges overscore something that everybody's capable of, they could get themselves into a situation where everybody starts repeating the same trick.
Yeah, for sure. And we saw it in the women's semi-final. Everyone chucking the back lip down.
Yeah.
And then followed up in our men's semi-final as well with the cab back tail. So everyone was like, hey, this trick scores this. That's a good score. Funa Nakayama currently 7th. So in that last place position, 7.35. There we go, that's going to change.
Frontside crooked grind down the 10-stair handrail. She's the only one doing that trick.
I was just about to say that. The only one of our women doing that trick. Look at that. Proper good pinch on that one. Popping out.
You know, a lot can go wrong if you don't lock in perfectly. It's a small area of your truck that's grinding. If your wheel gets over the rail and you slip out, you're going to give yourself a concussion. So that's incredible.
She's happy with that one. .559 coming in there for Funa. Leticia Bufoni.
I was talking to Leticia yesterday, and she qualified for the Olympics during semifinals, and she kind of feels like the pressure's off now. So hopefully it translates into her skating and letting her relax a little bit on this second run, knowing she's already secured her spot.
Bouncing over that wedge gap, straight into a styly backside to outside, hanging on there.
This is a different run.
Yeah, it's interesting that she switched it up. That one wasn't working out for her, so she's going to do this one. 360 flip. Getting those first couple of tricks down really does give you the confidence to carry on and start trying the harder stuff.
She's got those unlocked front tails. She's looking really confident.
Coming into that big section. Feeble grind again. Pretty much perfect on that one.
Yes. The second run that she had mapped out is working out better for her.
Okay, crooked grind on the bump to ledge. Definitely going to improve in that first run.
Make some noise, Roma. That's Leticia Bufoni.
Here we go. Big 360 flip, catching that perfectly, bolts there. Here's that feeble grind down that big 10-stair handrail.
You know, Leticia really excels in the run section here, and she knows that that's kind of where it gets her the scores. So she's going to be really happy that she landed a perfect run.
Yeah, and with the format we're using, we're taking those 4 scores through.
Yeah.
So you've got the opportunity to maybe miss one of the best tricks or have not a great scoring run.
Right.
Coming in a few seconds. Score of Leticia.
We're waiting for that score to pop up for Leticia.
She's talking about squirreling out on the back tail. She landed it, though. She's like, I landed it. Rayssa.
Yeah, for sure.
Rayssa and Leticia.
I'd like to think that Rayssa's giving her a hard time.
She probably is. They're like sisters.
Yeah. 3.14 coming in. Bufoni back round to the top of the heat, currently in 4th. We saw the frontside 180 over the rail last trick. Coming in different trick now. Frontside to outside fakie.
She didn't even do that in practice.
No.
She just did that first try, and this is why Leticia Bufoni is one of the most dominant skateboarders ever.
Look at the smile on the way out as well. She was like, yeah, I got that, and I done it well.
And she also probably saw Funa can do it too, so she got hers first. She gets to set the score.
Yeah, she's hyped on that one, and rightly so. It's a really, really good frontside tailslide fakie. Fakie means coming out backwards, by the way. So 3.68 coming in there for Leticia. Also, round 2, our final 2 attempts. Leticia Bufoni. Backsmith. We know she's got that in the trick bag, but I wasn't expecting it then. She is stoked to get that done right now.
Leticia is on fire. Just the tail slide, then backing it up with the backlip, and now right here with the backsmith. These are all tricks that she's trying, I think, pretty much for the first time on that rail. Look at her face there.
Look at this back toe. Just full control, taking it all the way to the end of the rail. Look at that. Wow.
She's showing the young girls how it's done.
Yeah, I'm not out of the running yet.
Yeah.
Not just yet.
Don't forget about your older sister here.
Yeah.
There you go.
3.42.
Great score.
Yeah, really good score. 13.36 there for Leticia Bufoni. So we're moving round to Pamela Rosa out of Brazil. Run number 1 of 2 Here we go. One of the most powerful women out there, straight in with the backside lip slide. She's not holding back.
That was an uncharacteristic fall from Pamela, and you'll watch Pamela's style compared to what you just saw with Momiji. And Pamela is all power, blasting through the course.
All the power in the final hour.
Yeah. You know, she's #1 in the world coming into this.
Big gap out frontside lip slide. You can see why she is ranked #1.
She's held on to that ranking through the pandemic 2 years now.
And a really good recovery after falling off that first trick, the backside lip slide. You can see her experience coming through with just getting back in there and getting it done. Be interested if she chucks in this back lip now. Okay, crooked grind.
Now you hear that buzzer went off, and the live announcer's calling it on time. We'll see what the judges think.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether they called that a little bit early.
The rule is that your tail needs to pop before the buzzer goes off in order for the trick to count for you or against you.
Basically, you need to be in the air almost for that to be counted.
Right,
and, you know, it's so important that no one gets an unfair advantage or anything like that. It's the way the course is designed as well. It's good for regular, good for goofy. You know, it's real strict rules. And that buzzer, if you haven't timed your run right, you're going to lose potentially a huge score.
Yeah. That's where in the runs portion it becomes so important to have a buddy timing you, really pick your line well. They make it all look so easy, but it's so hard to pack in tricks in 45 seconds.
So currently 5th, run #2 for Pamela Rosa. There we go. Staying on the backside lip slide. She was not coming off of that.
Big smile there, too. She knows she got away with it.
Cruising back across the course into that frontside tail slide. I think it's worth mentioning that during our semi-finals, it was so hot, and we've got a little bit more cloud coverage, a bit more humid, but I think it's really aiding the skaters out there today.
Yeah, this will keep them, that direct sunlight really does exhaust you fast. I mean, you'd never know it by watching Pamela skate. She can skate like on the surface of the sun and be fine, but they are going to have a little bit more energy today.
There's the crooked grind. You know what? The timing was so much better on that.
Yeah.
You know, that fall does cost you not only points, but time to be able to get the rest of the run in.
Here's that back lip. Got away from her in the first run. Got it in the second. Barely. Her face.
Do you know what? You've got to stay on at this point in the competition, though.
Yeah, that won't hurt her too much.
Big gap out to frontside lip slide. There's that crooked grind, getting it on the buzzer, or just before the buzzer.
You know, Pamela's extremely focused. The Brazilian team has lined up, you know, they try to really give their athletes success.
So Pamela Rosa, currently 6th and 7.07.
You know, she has an option here. She could go see what that just scored, a 3.86, and go over and do that lip slide, which she can do. She did it in her run, or she can keep trying this K-grind.
Yeah, it's interesting. We start getting those scores in, and we see how people start changing their tricks. There you go.
She went to the lip slide.
Yeah, and knowing she's going to get the same score as Momiji on that one, so yeah, it's playing it clever. Big gap out, frontside lip slide, landing perfect. Must be nice to go, you know what, I can just do that.
Yeah,
I'll just drop in and do that, and then I'm going to get that score I want.
It's so hard to convey how mind-blowing their talent is.
Here we go.
Okay,
straight into the back lip. Playing it safe, I think, on that one.
Yeah,
Not that the backside lip slide safe.
Yeah,
like, don't get me wrong.
But, you know, Leticia did it earlier, got a pretty good score. I think scored a 3.15 or somewhere around there. And maybe this is just a way to improve her confidence and Pamela to get a score on the board.
Yes, we're looking to take away that lower side of her scores, 3.06 in one of her runs. So there's some room to start knocking away those lower scores for sure.
Chipping away.
3.18 coming in, yeah. So playing it well out there, definitely.
Yeah, bumped her up into second. Bumped Leticia down a notch.
Rayssa Leal from Brazil. She looks really happy.
Yeah, playing with the starter. You're like, okay.
She is in.
She plays with this course.
Look at that backside Smith grind.
Down the hopper.
Frontside feeble.
Look at the style.
You'll see Rayssa looking at the next trick before she's even come out of the one she's doing. That's how confident she is on her skateboard. Oh, such a shame on that frontside nose grind.
It was like hardly a fall. Just stepped off.
Big frontside lip slide.
Still 15 seconds for Rayssa.
It's incredible to think that these tricks are coming out of a 13-year-old at all. It's nuts.
Yeah, and you know, maybe some 13-year-olds can do them, but this silky smooth,
yeah,
this much float, back
lip. I think that was just after the buzzer, so I think she might have got away with that. And with that fall, it's going to affect, but we saw Pamela with a fall and still get a 3.06 earlier, so it'll be interesting to see when that score comes in. Here's that beautiful backside Smith grind, pointing that front foot, getting it out of the way.
Yeah, she's just being touted as the heir to the throne.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons here.
Big lip up.
There's that back lip that she finished off her run with.
Yeah, and we spoke about it the last few days, and in the opener as well. People who are hitting that big section and getting in there twice in their run are definitely getting the higher level scores. You know, and just maybe even 0.1 higher than the next rider.
Right, yeah. That's a big 10-stair handrail.
So before we take it back up to the top of the heat, we're waiting for that score to pop in.
And there's scoreboards on the course, too, in the either corner on either side. So these skaters can go check in. They can see what they need to do for their next attempt.
So we are back round to Rayssa Leal.
She's going to mess with
Brazil.
the starter a little bit more.
She's 13 years of age.
Well, he's Brazilian as well, and I think they know each other, so there's a little bit of banter there. It's great to see.
Yeah.
Straight into that backside Smith, making it look like it's not even a hard trick. It is a hard trick.
I always feel like she looks like she has helium in her bones because she doesn't, there's like just this effortless, weightless skating that she does.
There we go. Frontside nose grind where she fell on the last run. So now she's going to be buzzing. Big frontside lip slide. Kickflip.
She's already sitting on a pretty good first run score.
But in that 7th place currently, she's definitely going to want to improve on it. Backside lip slide, perfectly timed run, and perfectly executed skating. You can see why she is ranked #1 at the moment.
Yeah, Rayssa like brings the fireworks to the course here, popping off on this frontside feeble. That lip slide, that rail's big. That's probably neck high on her.
Yeah, it literally is.
Yeah. She's got so much pop, and what pop is that ability to get up, board up and over onto these big obstacles, and she's got that in spades.
And you know what? Look how smooth she lands. Like, that rail throws you into the floor. So
Yeah.
she takes that power into the floor, absorbs it, and stands straight back up, ready for the next trick. And that's what's setting her apart from the other skaters just now.
It's that fresh back. Can I please exchange my back for a fresher one? Like hers? It's just spring-loaded, child.
3.34 there, and Rayssa sitting in 6.44 right now. Did a more basic run to get that base layer of points, and now she's attacking in that best trick section. Rayssa Leal. There you go. This is what we're talking about now with the final. Backside Smith grind down the biggest thing in 4 miles.
Again, so easy. She makes it look so easy.
Look at the dip on that. Now, you can do a backside Smith that's sort of slightly dipped, but that front foot was way down low, and it was so well done.
The toe pointed. Execution was perfect.
We're going to start again from the top.
And then absorbing that landing again, just making it not look as big as it is. Big smiles there, and rightly so. 3.39 Yeah, 4.91 needed for first. So it's going to be pretty much the best trick she's done.
She just came for the frontside B-ball, came back for redemption.
Yeah.
Perfectly,
amazing
that was, yeah.
There. Look at that.
After coming off and drilling her knee into the ground on this attempt, she comes back and lands it perfectly, frontside feeble.
Yeah, so hard to try the trick that did you in earlier.
Yeah.
But making mincemeat of it, really easy for her, that frontside feeble. So staying down in that. Oh no, sorry. Third place. Bumping up onto the podium, Alex. In the final of the World Championships at 13 years old. She doesn't even look nervous. She just looks hyped, like, yeah, cool, I get to go skateboarding again today.
Yeah. She was first one out on the course for practice, too.
And, of course, all our under-18s are wearing their helmets out there and making sure their chin straps are done up as well.
Yeah, really important.
45 seconds, first round for Momiji.
So Momiji coming straight in, feeble grind down into that Wembley gap, that steep bank we were talking about with Jamie Foy earlier, backside Smith grind.
Momiji has such good style. See how her shoulders are dropped, she's super relaxed.
Yeah, she looks really chilled.
Yeah, no tension.
You know, that's her style. Her hands, like, drop down as well a bit, but that shows just how comfortable she is. And, I mean, look at that frontside lip slide.
Heel flip. She was doing this run in practice earlier in the morning and just cruising like this. You know, she looks like a kid at the skate park on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, totally. Frontside 5-0. And that's going to be time.
Look at that. That's casual. Whatever. Okay. That was an amazing run. Don't let the casualness of that run fool you.
Getting lulled into a false sense of security there. That was an incredible run. There's that feeble grind popping down into the bank. Locking it in, pointing that front foot, cruising in. Keeping that speed going off of that trick as well. Then there's that frontside lip slide. Taking it all the way to the end of the rail.
I love Momiji's front hand style. She's got this kind of flared out, almost like she's waving, but her shoulders so dropped. It's beautiful skateboarding.
Yeah, real relaxed style. There we go, 3.15. Great score there to start on. 9.34, so sitting in a pretty comfortable position after that first trick. But definitely going to be looking to step up the difficulty on this next one. Here we go. Okay, yeah, gap out to frontside lip slide. Going to be a good score on it, and to sit with two relatively good scores as you move on for three other goes, going to be pretty happy to be sitting on that score.
Yeah, and it must be nice to just land everything.
Yeah, it must be lovely.
It must be lovely.
Haven't landed a trick in about 3 years.
Everything. I think Momiji's only stepped off her board one time this whole contest so far.
And I don't think she stopped smiling either.
No.
3.18 coming in. So, yeah, breaking those double figures. 12.52 there. Momiji sitting in first place. So, Momiji Nishiya. Oh, there you go. Look at that. The style, so chilled on that. She was straight out of the fridge.
Our youngest competitor, back Smith, just landing like nothing. She hardly compressed on the landing either. That's just like pure confidence and board control.
Yeah, and we spoke about it when we spoke to Jamie Foy about that square rail. It's very hard to lock in. With a round rail, you can lock in way easier. I certainly think so anyway. So on a square rail, you're kind of doing it the way you would on a ledge.
Yeah.
But you still have to do it like you're on a rail, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But
yeah, and the accuracy of getting your truck in the right spot there.
Yeah, 3.39 coming in there for Momiji.
You know, I'm wondering what Momiji is thinking right now, too. Maybe going to the gap to rail.
Yeah, here we go, Momiji.
Here we go.
Gap out back lip. There you go. She is stoked to get that one. Almost making it look too easy. Yeah. I think that might be against her somehow. I mean, cruising really far down the rail, over halfway.
Look at that.
Yes, good to see that she's super stoked.
Good to see something makes her react, because mostly she's just like, yeah, cool. So calm, so collected.
And I think her style makes you think that it's not as hard as it actually is.
But the judges know better. They know how hard that trick is, regardless of how well you play it off.
Yeah, for sure.
And they do.
4.45 coming in. So back round to Ayori Nishimura, currently 7th.
Now, Aori's in a high-pressure situation right now, too, because she's sitting on a throwaway score, and she's good at the runs. This is her strength.
Starting it off real well, though. Gap out, lip slide. Cruising back across the course. It's the frontside 50-50.
A little bit of safety here.
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit conservative at the moment. Getting the gap out crook this time. Okay, I think what she was doing is like, I need to just put down some tricks.
Right.
Get in the zone and then chuck in the gap crook. That's going to be a high scorer. Get the board slide along and down.
5 seconds.
And then maybe save the feeble for later.
And the frontside 5-0 in time.
Yeah, get that solid run down. Build that level of score back up.
Yeah, build her confidence back up.
Yeah, and then build on the 5 best tricks, I think. Some clever skating there. Big frontside lip slide.
Yeah, that gap to front lip right there, that's a big gap. You end up being at a rail that's like about neck high. This big gap to crooked grind.
Yeah, we went on the course earlier today, and you're cruising around, you forget how big some of these obstacles are just because of the level of skating that's being done on them. As you approach them, you're like, I might as well just be going towards a 4-story building. Like, they're huge.
They are. I think you get a little numb to it watching it on a screen or watching it all day, but like when you actually get on the course there, these things are huge.
So waiting for that score to pop in for run number 2 for Ayori Nishimura out of Japan.
Ayori is a Japanese citizen, but has been living in San Diego the last couple years with her sister Katone, and they are both ripping skaters. Her older sister.
3.21, yeah. So that's what she was doing. Like, I need to just get that level up. Ayori Nishimura in next. She's going to be doing the rock fakie. That means she's going to be coming in fakie, which is backwards. We saw the half cab nose slide before. There it is. Wow. Alex, the only one out there doing that. It's gnarly, right?
It's such a gnarly trick, and it's, you know, over the last year, the girls haven't been skating together in the contest as much, and she came out, she must have learned this over the pandemic, and now can half cab no slide down 10 stair hand rolls. That's a huge weapon in her arsenal for this contest in Tokyo.
Yeah, totally. You can see how well she did it in that replay. Getting on really high on the rail and getting a really long slide, and it's that kind of execution of a trick that the judges are going to be scoring higher.
Yeah, and speaking of Tokyo, there's a little graphic about our current qualification standings for Tokyo.
4.30. There you go. Look.
Yeah.
So Ayori Nishimura definitely wanting to improve on that 8.61.
You know, she was the number 2 qualifier from semis. She knows how to skate contests. I mean, obviously, but...
Starting in the same place. Gap out front, nose grind. Yeah. She just needed those 2 attempts before to just get the timing right and to feel a little bit more comfortable. But in the finals, maybe you don't have the luxury of throwing away those 2 scores.
And that's a huge gap to frontside nose grind.
Yeah, good style, good control. Holding it on the nose there.
It'll be interesting to see where this score lands compared to Momiji's gap to back lip.
You get a little insight there into just how big that rail is from that view. So currently 7th, now currently 4th, 4.04. She's happy with that score. Nishimura, final trick attempt. 2 scratches on the board already. She really needs to put this down to get up on that podium position.
She'll jump a lot if she lands something. And she knows she doesn't have to do the hardest thing right now.
No, it's gonna take a substantial score, but not too much. Going for that gap out to rail again. Front
gap out to lip. This is her smart competitive skill. She knows where this is going to land her.
Okay.
You know, others were getting a 3.15 for this. Let's see if they give her...
This could push her up into that first place position.
You know, she did this back in Brazil at a street league.
Rayssa
Super smart competition from Ayori. And there she goes, 3.18. She knew that's what got her into first place.
In third place, representing Brazil, only 13 years old, Rayssa Leal. Congratulations, Rayssa.
Thank you.
There's your ticket to Tokyo. We'll see you in Japan. All right, and then in second place, coming out of Japan, also only 13 years of age, Momiji Nishiya. Yeah, Momiji, second place.
Thank you.
There goes your ticket to Tokyo. First class. All right, and now your 2021 Street Women's World Champion, Ayori Nishimura.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Ayori. That was amazing skateboarding. Came down to that last trick. Congratulations to all three of you. We'll see you in Tokyo. Great job.